Hello again, everybody. I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Stygian. Reign of the Dark Ones. Or the Old Gods, whatever it's called. Yeah, hang on, sorry. Mild exhaustion. We're not allowed to rest. So, in the last episode, we returned back to the bar and spoke with this charming young actress who seemed to have a real thing against men. And we have gobbled up. I don't know how often the game makes us eat our food, but we're going through it at quite a rate. So we'd better get some more grub, basically, quick-like, which involves getting more cigarettes to pay for it. Also, we have 3 portraits down here. And this delightful fellow, of probably South American descent, doesn't seem to be occupying one of them, although he is following us around, and we did pay him to protect us. Now, maybe his portrait will become available during combat, but for now, I'm getting a feel somewhat less of Planescape Torment, and rather more of Arkham, the old game with magic and Steamworks Obscura. That's the one! Yeah, and I didn't even have to go look it up. Wow. So, I'm thinking because of the way that this chap we've hired during the party is acting, he's acting more like an Arcanum party member than a Torment party member. However, we were also fortunate enough to find this key, bearing the only number not represented by a Latin numeral. Yeah, Roman numerals, they didn't have one for this. No, even the Greeks didn't actually. This was an Arabian invention. The letter 0, nix, naught, nothing. I never like 0. It sounds very sort of French. I prefer naught. Is all for naught. Right, anyway, we spoke to the barkeeper about it, and he pointed us in the direction of a gentleman up on French Hill. So let's meander in that direction through these muddy, downcast streets. He mentioned a Jewish jeweler, or was he a Jewish, what do you call it? Antiques dealer. That was it. Turkish zest. Okay, we can't click on the door. Hello, lady. This is going to end badly, I know. Oh, hi, darling. Her words are welcoming, her excitement feigned. Interested in a good time? No, not this time. I'll say goodbye. I'm playing a religious gentleman, after all. And here we are in French Hill. Well, that's ominous looking music. Well, if you get shot just for looking at this guy, I'd better not go and bother him. Something tells me that might have been the wax face we've been hearing all about. And this place may be full. Oh, look at this. Yeah, it's armed guards. Not a good place to be. Schmidts Antiques, probably exactly where we want to go. Yeah, I remember the name Schmidt. And we've got some other stuff going on around here that we can come and look around later on. Lies! Oh, some horrible Arkham residents have defaced a chapel. That's most unfortunate. It's even more unfortunate that we didn't get to witness them do it and mete out justice. Hey, look, this looks like there might be something in there we need. Vehicle is locked. That's most unfortunate. Well, let's go see this lovely old gentleman then. What is this? Is that a satyr? Or a faun? Carved into marble, this is an almost man-sized statue of Pan, god of the mountain, wild in ancient Greek mythology. That's it, you got Pan and Bacchus. I think Bacchus is the Roman one, Pan is the Greek one. But I don't want to get that the wrong way around. Bacchus sounds more Roman because it's a U. It'd be Bacchus. Whether it was Greek, it'd be more like Bacchus or Baccherios or something. Right. Now, what else have we in here? Is that supposed to be St. Francis? If so, that's a terrible wolf. An exquisite hand-carved Agnus Dei miniature, which probably was once possessed by a Puritan settler. That's a miniature? It's massive, man. It's huge. It's literally very big. An alabaster statuette of Barong, the mother of all spirit wardens in Balinese mythology. An intriguing find for anyone interested in obscure oceanic myths. A late 18th century Italian harpsichord. You're astounded to see this delicate instrument in such excellent condition. This is one of Pickman's notorious paintings of a human-sized canine thing with goat-like hooves and cold black eyes, grappling what appears to be a human. Could you move so I can click on that one, please? Henry Fuseli's famous painting of a key event in Norse mythology. The god Thor is depicted nude and triumphant, battering the head of Jormungand of the Midgard serpent under a stormy firmament. For a reproduction, it is expertly done. Who's to say it's a reproduction? The books arranged in this cabinet consist largely of volumes on archaeology, including all 12 books of Carl Richard Lepsius's pioneering Egyptological work. Denkmäler, 'cause it's got the umlaut. Denkmäler aus Ägypten und Äthiopien. In its original 1849 publication. These antique clocks are all making their own time now, for without the sun, what time should any of us keep? Immediately behind Isidore's work desk hangs a carefully organised collection of keys, some old and strange, some new and ordinary. He's also got keys on the carpet here. A notebook with a key symbol on the cover, under the title Keys, Paths and Meanings. Okay, he's really hung up on more keys. These antique clocks are... Okay, so it's all about the clocks again. Alright. Now this is where we get to have a bit of fun. And I'll explain why in a moment. An old man is sitting behind a dusty counter, surrounded by a variety of odd objects. He doesn't look pleased to see you. Yes? Are you looking for something in particular? That's a very nice collection of keys you have. Why, thank you. I've put my life into this collection, though it is unfortunately incomplete. As he quickly reviews his row of keys, you notice a deep longing in his eyes. Oh, why are you so interested in keys? I mean, everyone has their thing. I have always been fascinated by keys. I started collecting them in my childhood. It was simply a hobby, of course, until the Black Day. And what changed after the Black Day? It's not important. Just remember that I will pay handsomely for keys. I'll feel better knowing why you want them so badly. Very well. After the Black Day, like many others, I lost all hope. With no reason to go on, I decided to end it. You know what I mean. But what I desired most is forbidden to men. For days I fasted and prayed for Hashem's forgiveness, determined to end this misery of an existence. I passed out from hunger and exhaustion, and then I dreamt of 2 keys. One was gold and burning, though it was only warm to the touch. The other was silver and bathed in moonlight. What could this possibly mean? Do you think they are real keys? They were the keys to the Temple of Solomon. I felt the light inside me. Oh, Hashem, he spoke to me. The old man's eyes widened and lose focus as if he were in a trance. You understand now? This is the reason I've been collecting keys all my life. These are my escape from this Sheol. They were my test, and they will be my salvation. And how do you believe a bunch of keys will allow you to escape? There is a hidden power in patterns and numbers. Some of the keys are numbered. This makes them special. The effect of Isidore's dream fades and he comes to himself again. I think I have said enough. Interesting. Let us talk about something else. Tell me how I may assist you, or perhaps how you can assist me. Now, this is one of those hub phrases that may get repeated a lot. If it gets looped back too frequently, I may just skip it. What is this place? No, I'll go straight to the point. Okay, what do you know about this key? You see a flash of greed in the old man's eyes. He hastily takes some notes to a peculiar notebook on the counter. Is it numbered 0? Oh, how interesting. Where did you get such a rare one? From a connection isn't spelt with an X. This is reinforcing my suspicion that this game was primarily written in another language, then translated to English. If so, with the exception of the occasional spelling mistake, the quality of the translation is actually quite good. I gained the key on account of a mysterious man, but I found it because of a dream. It's a rather long story, which you may like to hear about. Some dreams indeed hold value. What can I offer you for that key, my friend? A key numbered 0 would be a very fine addition to my collection here. Now, this is going to get very tricky. I'm sensing this is a bit like Arcanum with the ring at the start of the story, where everyone's trying to get the ring off you, and you have to hold on to it for as long as possible to finally give it to someone, and all these people who come and try and take it away from you are like, no, you can't have it, it's my ring! So, we can give him the ring, we can probably get quite a few cigarettes for it. It would be nice to get some information that would help us out in this situation. However, and this is where the fun begins, he might actually be trying to take it away from us, and we may need to keep it, to hold on to it for as long as possible. So do we deny him the key? Because it's something we might actually need much later on. Say to solve some puzzle or unlock an important gate. Tell me about the key first, and then I'll think about it. Forgive me, but I don't trust people easily. This particular habit has helped me tremendously in staying alive. 500 cigs. Is it for sale now? I may be able to Oh! I said no. Tell me about it first and I'll think about it. Forget it, let's talk about something else. So there's literally no option to actually acquiesce to his offer. Let's talk about something else. 700 cigs. That is my final offer. Don't waste your breath. You don't give up, No, you don't give up, do you? 1,000! Right now! So I can refuse to give him a key. I can claim that everything will be at risk. So I can give up the key. I've got two options to refuse the key. Wait. He's Jewish, right? So we have to refuse 3 times? Isn't that the rule? I mean, it's an inverted, perverse, twisted flip on the rule for converting to Judaism. So wait, we refused 500. He upped it to 700. We refused 700. He upped it to 1,000. So we'll refuse one more time and see what happens. Enough. It's not going to happen. I need the key. If you're not selling the key to me, I'm afraid our conversation is over. Then you'll be missing the conversation chance of a fellow devotee of the Kabbalah. Yeah. Problem is... it'll pique his interest, but he might discover that we know sod all about it. Let's see where this goes. Then you'll be missing a conversation chance with a fellow devotee of the Kabbalah. You? Do not even dare to mock the doctrine. There are keys and a temple, sort of numbers. This is likely to show our ignorance and offend him greatly. But it might just give us some inkling of information. This is the more diplomatic approach, but he might not give us as much information. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I really need to learn about the key. When we're interested in different things and our goals do not meet, I can pay for the information. I can't. Not very tempting. The old man pauses a while, then continues. But if you also give me your word to bring the key after you're done with it, this may start to look like a deal. In that regards, I believe I can. I can give my word, which is what he's asking for. I can show my appreciation for his haggling techniques, which, as a Jew, in the 1920s, where people have very stereotypical views of Jews, it may be considered that praising his shrewdness would be a compliment and that he might take well to. But no, I'll say, no, I will give you my word. I promise I'll bring the key back after I've used it. 50 cigs and your word to bring me the key. Is it a deal? I don't actually have that many. I think I've got under 20. You're benefiting from this deal anyway. Can you lower the amount a bit? Fine. 47 cigs. Be quick or I'll change my mind. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I don't have that many. We cannot make a deal without some proper exchange. Now, if you'll excuse me. So we need to acquire some more cigarettes. We need to acquire rather a few by the look of it. Okay. Let's go look for more cigarettes. Because this isn't going to end badly at all. Wait. Yeah, that looked like something I could click on. 2 more! 2 more cigarettes. We're in the money. We're in the money. We're dead broke. That's what we are. Right. Oh, we can light a fire? If he wanted you to fly... Wait, what? But you built metal wings of damnation. Why can't I talk to you? I think it would be an interesting conversation. After the locals salvaged whatever they could find of use, cultists turned this humble place of worship into an altar of their own depravity. Refrigeration? I thought repudiation, maybe. Nearly all of French Hill's timber houses looked deserted, presuming the inhabitants were lucky enough to survive at all. Okay, he looks like he's guarding or blocking the way there. That's risky. A revolting smell attacks your nostrils as you approach the homeless man, as if some small animal had died under his stained clothes. What is it, mister? Do I smell? And stay a few damn yards away. Who is that man with paint all over his face? Oh, don't you know Koli Willy? I thought everybody knew Koli. You know, he has movies, With theatrical performances, he was a real celebrity, you know. Not Koli Willy, but the fella himself, Sam Rodney. Never found him funny myself. In better days, a friend took me to one of his shows. Making all that money, scoffing at black folks. A black day came for all of us in the end, innit? White, yellow, black, everybody. Who's he performing for? Some mob fellas used to come and see him now and then. Not anymore. Watching the same thing over and over got boring, probably. And other folks don't like to go anywhere near him. Probably find him creepy. Can't blame them. They don't like to be near me either. So here we are, Mr. Koli and he tries to think of something. Stinky. He's still putting on a show? Well, I don't know if I'd call it a show anymore, mister. Been hanging around with him for a while now, and he never became Sam Rodney again. Not even once. I guess he is flat out of Koli Willy now. I'd better go. Say hello to this fellow. You see a man who has blackened his face and hands with paint. He is performing some kind of pantomime show. He's behind you! Oh no, it isn't! Oh yes, it is! He is unaware of your presence. It's not hard to see that beneath his ridiculous posturing, something is deeply wrong. The man's weary visage shows he's been at this for a long while, and the exertion of staying in character is wearing him down. Are you alright? Alright is a compound word, it's not two separate words. He reacts with comic surprise. His startled eyes show nothing but the shallow character he is portraying. Who are you? He shrugs theatrically and begins another of his vulgar sketches. You are no longer sure whether this is the performance or sole mode of existence of this bizarre fellow. So be it. Again, this was one of those there's no nice options conversations. So this is like, when I was playing... Hang on, I'll just pull this up. So I was actually thinking about this when I was playing Dead in Vinland again recently, where there were two characters who were in an abusive relationship, and the game was clearly heavily pushing for me to have my characters say, hey, look, you know, you guys shouldn't be together anymore. You should leave your husband, woman. He's abusive, he's drunk, he beats you. And I'm like, this is the Dark Ages. These are Vikings. If it wasn't for the fact that these characters were Vikings, I would say you've got to... You're playing a character of the time, you've got to approach it from a mindset of the time if you want a informative story, right? This is an opportunity for the player to learn. It doesn't matter if they like the end results or don't like it, because this isn't about, you know, swooping in and destroying hundreds of years of civilization and society with one single conversation choice. This is about saying, you know what, the past was different, and we did things differently then, and we can appreciate the difference. That doesn't mean we think it's better now, doesn't mean we think it's worse now, but it's different, and this is an opportunity to know and understand stuff. That being said, right, divorce... The medieval Icelanders, who were descended from Vikings, actually had divorce. They had distinct divorce procedures, and Vikings and Anglo-Saxons might have had a little bit of it as well. In other parts of the world, it's practically unknown of until King Henry VIII's time. So that's easily a good 300 or 400 years at least, right? Possibly more. That they were ahead of their time, essentially, there. So in this case, we have a bloke who's, to use modern slang, wearing blackface. And he's doing something that a lot of people now would strongly disapprove of. However, in the scope of the time and the character we are playing, we have to ask ourselves, should we really take a modern moral approach here? Is this the right thing to do? I'm enjoying playing the character I've been presented. If I was playing a different character, I might take offence at this. As an actor who has had to probably wear all manner of grease paints for his performances on stage, I should probably be rather more forgiving. I'd like to talk to Batfellow, but I'm first coming down here. Say hello, lady. You see a typical Arkham resident, tired and decrepit looking. She looks at you uneasily. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to ask about the key. I'm not going to ask about that. I'll just say goodbye then. Amidst the undescribed chaos of the Black Day, these sagging gambrel roofs are buffeted by an apocalyptic storm of unparalleled force. Gambrel, that is a word I've never come across before. Door? No door. Okay. Children playing in the street. In this freaky ass place. Well, at least there are children. Can we get some cigs? Yeah, 2 more. The bridge piers are torn apart from the steel railings under the road by savaged earth winds or perhaps an earthquake. So bridge piers were torn apart from the steel railings? Okay. Total kids look after another. This place is ours! This place is ours! And they all jump up and down. What a delight. This building looks kind of important. I'd like to... Hang on. There's no way forwards this way. Okay. I'm now trying to work out how I'm going to get 50 fags, but... Hello, lady. You see a determined but pallid-looking woman in her 30s. Her outfit hints at a metropolitan sensibility. You sense an air of hypochondria about this mysterious woman. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you something if I may. She is afraid. This option may put her at ease. It might rub her up the wrong way, as if it might give the impression we're trying to get too close to her, and she's afraid of catching things, but sure, how could I refuse such a beauty? You can sense the anger rising inside the woman. Abstaining herself, she continues. I'm looking for my husband, a slender, long-faced gentleman from Boston. His name is Randolph Carter. Wait, isn't Randolph Carter a character from one of the Call of Cthulu stories by H.P. Lovecraft, or something Jonathan Carter of Mars or something? I'm pretty sure Randolph Carter is one of the official Cthulhu characters. All I know is that he arrived in Arkham. Do you know him or his whereabouts? I don't know if I've seen him, but the name does not ring a bell. I don't know if I've seen him, but the name doesn't. Okay, I'll go with that. That's a flat out no. That's like, I don't know. I see. Thank you, sir. I'd better continue my search. How did you get separated? I'm sorry, but I should be looking for him. Goodbye. Can I could... She may be coming back repeatedly to look for him. I was hoping... Right, I passed up the opportunity to offer to help him with search. A slender, long-faced man. That could be anyone, given the graphics around here. Right. Well, hello there, man in suit. Mute man in suit, apparently. This beautiful mansion somehow remains unscathed and is obviously still occupied, though the relentless vein root have begun to assault it most aggressively. I think I mean vine roots. So yeah, they've translated vine as vein twice now, so that's a consistent error. I know it's still locked, but I tried. Okay. So I don't have what Schmidt wants, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know if I can give him the key and there's a future conversation option, or if it's now completely impossible. But I think I do need to get the information out of him, and I should check if these bins are still empty, because, good, they are. Because it did seem as if things were respawning on me. Now, what can we possibly get down here? There's this warehouse, which I think we would need the crowbar to get into. It would appear I've clearly overspent initially. Hello, lady. You see a typical Arkham resident, tired and decrepit looking. She looks at you uneasily. Okay, so I can't ask about Randolph Carter. What stayed intact in this part of town? Not much, as you can see. There's the old eel house if you're looking for a few drinks and a roof over your head. But if you're planning on to numb yourself, Richter's drugstore is the place. You'll be fine if you stay away from the marsh warehouse, and I'm sure you know better than to hang around near the grandfather altar. Tell me about this warehouse. Tell me more. I know that it used to be run by the Marsh family of Innsmouth. From what we're hearing, we've been hearing that the place was being used for bootlegging and sorts. Only ghouls occupy it now. Beasts that rend flesh from the bones, but we definitely don't want to go there then. But what do you know about the Marshes? Not much. I know they were the ruling family of Innsmouth. Their great-grandfather, Robert Marsh, was an important figure in the town's past, I reckon. Reclusive, weird folk, these Innsmouthians. They're fishmen, lady. They're fishmen. What about these ghouls? Never seen one with my own eyes, but I've seen what they can do to people. They say they're dog-like demons, feral parodies of men. They creep out of the dark to prey upon us. You can hear their eerie howls throughout Arkham. Well then, I suppose I'd better be going. Gives me the creeps. Right, so we need to find somewhere to go and something to do, because we're clearly lacking funds. We don't have a lot to sell. We may end up having to actually sell things. I'd prefer not to, obviously. We're doing nicely on the experience front. Where's this big hotel? Okay, let's live really dangerously. Say hello to the mental bloke with the gun. Nope, say hello to the mental bloke with the bat. You better get out of our shooting range. Well, okay, I'll step inside. Living dangerously, I know. This is not going to end well. Now, the actress mentioned she was staying here. A spruce man in his 30s is standing at the reception desk of the dilapidated hotel. From his well-groomed moustache to his sharp suit, he signifies self-esteem that's hard to come by these days. Bonjour, monsieur. Under more normal circumstances, I'd be delighted to welcome you to the Essex Hotel. Why is he French in Essex Hotel? God. Should be more. Bonjour, monsieur. Under these normal circumstances, I'd be delighted to welcome you to the Essex Hotel. In it. One of New England's preeminent establishments. The man pauses to clear his throat. Leaving aside the fact that there is no New England anymore. But regrettably, I see you are not one of the ladies and gentlemen approved by Monsieur Wax. I may only accommodate citizens who appear on the guest list. Of course. It would seem the approved guests are not especially respectful of the establishment. Etienne gazes across the once grand lobby with melancholy pain in his eyes. We have seen better days, monsieur. This hotel and me, we've seen better days. Now, what within my humble powers can I help you with? May I ask you your name? He straightens his bow tie. His by-toe? Yes, his by-toe. I am Etienne Lafayette, the concierge of Hotel Essex. I have proudly performed this duty for more than 15 years, and you were just pissing by. A note of heartbreak seeps into his voice as he says this. I have proudly performed this duty for more than 15 years. I also had to take on the role of manager after the unfortunate demise of Monsieur Phillips and of receptionist. We are a little bit understaffed these days, as you can see. I see. And what happened to the previous manager? Let's just say he chose the shortest route out of Arkham, monsieur. He clears his throat again and continues calmly. Rat poison, along with Madame Philippe and the little ones. I do not recommend it. There were, you know, makes circular motions of his mouth. Red bubbles on their lips, like a poorly blended parfait. Oh, really? That's a rather ghoulish, Is there anything else I can help you with? You do seem to take your job very seriously. Monsieur, do you know what is worse than a town doomed to extinction? A concierge without an hotel. The Essex is my life, and unless she kicks me out herself, I do not plan to abandon my responsibilities. Is there anything else I can help you with? He says, looping round to the same loop line again. Well, how can I get on this approved guest list? I'm afraid I cannot answer this question, monsieur, for I do not know. They send a new list every once in a while and I arrange the accommodations, but... He clears his throat. Common traits of the guests seem to be excessive drinking, vandalizing hotel property, and every other type and combination of misconduct, including the occasional murder of other guests, committing ritual sacrifice, and so on. I'm not sure I want to be a guest here now. I see. Well, I suppose I should be going. I better head back outside then. I can go upstairs, but there's probably goons up there. That's not wise. At least not yet, anyway. I'll come back to it as a semi-last resort if nothing else seems to happen. Hello. Don't come close! Lady, hello. She's another whore, and we are looking for a man she might have met, but she's not willing to talk about him. Okay, since literally every house in here seems to be number 39, let's head inside Exhaustion. Okay, let's leave. We can't get in there. So we have the bank and the hotel, and those are our only real options beyond leaving the city. Wait. I mean, we got like world map transitions over here, you know. And judging by the map, I mean, yeah, I'm thinking that's to take us outside somewhere, and we have no real... Unless it's to go to like a different position in the town. Let's try, right? We might get to go to Upton, or some other part of town. This is so very wrong. But we need more fags, man. Yeah, we have nowhere to go. We can't click on anything. I presume new locations will become available to us. Oh, there's a rest button. That's interesting. Right. Better go back in the hotel then, because we know that the bank is deaf. So do not fear, I have no intention of staying as a guest, I'm only visiting. Yeah, even that might be forbidden. A skillfully assembled scale replica of the Perseverance, the merchant vessel which brought the Pilgrim Fathers to the land of liberty. Wherever that is. No, seriously, the way global politics are going at the moment, kinda hard to say, isn't it? And then I told him, "Come on, girls, it's time to earn your cigs." Well, I'm not going to sneak in there behind him and be like, "Hello, I'm girl number 3. Well, hello, gentlemen. You look physically violent and dangerous. I'll be careful. We can go in that door. Interesting. Not that one, not that one. A locked door. A locked door. There's a painting here. The overall profusion of portraits such as this would always seem to depict the owlish visages of Arkham's Puritan fathers, only serves... The overall profusion of portraits such as this, which always seem to depict the owlish visages of Arkham's Puritan fathers, only serves to accentuate the invariance of the town's existence. So, these two gentlemen obviously are blocking access to the stairs. They're not blocking this door, but one's got a gun, he might shoot us if we try and go in. Let's hope he doesn't. Oh, hello. So this is clearly not a place that it was obvious we should go to. They probably killed this guy. Right. Thoroughly besmirched with soot and grime, this vanity table has fallen victim to the general decrepitude fretting away at the once spotless features of this establishment. A derby hat. That's a bowler hat, man. It's a flipping bowler hat. Don't call it something it isn't. A few more cigs and a weapon. Okay, we might actually need that. Let's hope that carrying it around won't antagonize people. Yeah, we is well kitted out for violence. Now, hello, gentlemen. Look at this now. A junk key called Key. I don't know... A rusted key. Oh, this is going to be bad, isn't it? Okay. The box is locked. Well, of course it is. It's still locked. We can't... The desiccated corpse who died crawling across the floor looks like he spent his last breath trying to defend his most precious possessions. It would be really nice to be able to open that box. This buggered key probably isn't going to help. It might be possible to get someone to help clean the key and clean it up so that we can use it. Or maybe the old Jewish boy will be able to cut a new one. I mean, I doubt he's a key cutter. That would be a stroke of luck, wouldn't it? Let's move along before these two goons decide to give us a rough time. So literally at the moment we have these three areas and we do not have enough cigarettes to appease the old gentleman. This is obviously problematic. We're only really going to get them in the bank, or the thing is, these guys are guarding the bank. And there's like an ambush of horribleness in the bank. Let's go back into the old eel house, see if the actress is still there. And she is, which means her conversation probably hasn't changed. But Barman, on the other hand, let's go say hello. Say, hey Barman, could you lend us? We've got to speculate to accumulate. What is it, Cornuto? Why do you call me Cornuto, Marino? Forget it. You remind me of a guy. He was a Cornuto. That's it. Oh yes, but what is a Cornuto? Enlighten me. Cornuto is... He raises two curled fingers over his head. Someone who has horns, you know? If a wife is unfaithful to the husband, that makes the husband a Cornuto, all right? Oh, what does this have to do with me, Marino? When I was a bartender in Isola, a small Italian bar in Chicago, a man used to come in there every evening, every single day. He didn't drink, he didn't seem to have any fun. He just kept looking for patrons silently, looking for someone. Then, after almost a year, I finally learned his story. He was searching for the man who fucked his wife. He came to that bar every day, staring silently. You're like him. You're waiting for someone too. You don't pursue whatever fucked up life you can have in this shitty town. Instead, you act like that Cornuto. Forgive me if I put it bluntly, but who fucked you over, my friend? Oh, I'm waiting for someone, definitely, but it's not as simple as that. Like I care. Now, name your poison. No, I think I better head out. And he says goodbye, and we go to try and find more cigarettes. We're on a ridiculously uphill climb here, if we are going to do anything with these fags. So I think we were obviously supposed to go and talk to the old Jewish boy first. I don't think I've necessarily played myself into an unwinnable situation, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of hard work. I might just have to go see the gangsters first instead in here, which would not be fun or safe. I mean, talking to those two gents would probably establish that. Can I get inside here? This door is tightly locked, but there is a dusty button alongside, adjacent to a rectangular panel similar to a speaker. Let's ring the bell. A voice sizzles from the speaker. What do you want? May I come in? No! The speaker falls silent. Well, we tried. We could have asked them if they'd seen this, but... Okay, so... Oh, hello. Yeah. So there's that slight colour, lighter colour there, which makes it look like we can interact with it. Right, can we get round here? Like... No, of course we can't. Okay. So, literally... the places we can go are in the middle map. Right. Say hello to man with sledgehammer. You better get out of our shooting range, mate. You don't even have a gun. Don't be suicidal. This charred and decrepit place, which once hosted many events and receptions as a gentleman's club of Arkham, has been rechristened the Blackened Club by the surviving locals and serves as Waxface's criminal fortress. And apparently that dealt us sanity damage, so let's get out of here. Especially as we were actually over sanity previously. So, we're playing in a very constrained environment. You know, there's only so many few places we can go. So, we can go to the warehouse here. We can walk down the road and go to the bank or the hotel. No, let's see if, by any chance, we can ask this old Jewish boy about this rusty key. And he'll probably tell us to get out of his shop because we've offended him. We may have an option to just give him the key he wants. But I'm not sure that's going to even be an option at this point. Yes, are you looking for something in particular? Isidore, I need your expertise on something. He adjusts his glasses over his cloudy eyes. In his expression, you see an interesting mixture of professional curiosity and grumpiness caused by your interruption. Open decipher screen. We do not possess any artifacts with unknown powers. Well, okay then. May I see your wares? Indeed. That is why I'm here, but first tell me, if you have something you desire, how do you intend to pay for it? I don't suppose you accept the old money by any chance? Well, what did you have in mind? He's going to ask for that key again, isn't he? Keys. I collect them, you see, all sizes and shapes. If you happen to come across any keys in this accursed place, bring them to Schmidts Antiques. I will gladly trade the exquisite items from my collection for keys. Or if you don't care about your health, you can also pay with cigarettes. Well, let's see what you've got. He is... Here's key number 0. Junk key. So he's willing to accept the junk key and pay for it, and that might be all that we can do with it. But we are not getting what we need here. Damn. So at that point, we can venture off to the bank or the warehouse. The warehouse is full of ghouls. The bank might not be entirely full of ghouls, but it's a very unhealthy place. So let's go to the bank then. I mean, the bank would be look, there won't be much money there, but the villains might still associate it being a place to keep their wealth. There may be cigarettes in that place. And we are just becoming frequently exhausted because we are not allowed to rest yet, because we haven't passed some kind of arbitrary story point, or it's not evening yet, or goodness knows. Someone else is using the room. Let's... Hello. Raw opium. Okay. Behind the crumbling balustrades of his old Georgian house, a lackluster flicker of light unexpectedly signals occupancy. Okay. And this bloke buys and sells crap. He might be able to clean up this old key for us. Thing is, we gave him most of our fags already. We're not going to rob him or anything, we'll say hello. Welcome to Uncle Rafsak's shop of undiscovered treasures. Undiscovered. There's no T. Don't be shy. Come closer. I have everything you need. Well, let's see what you have then. I might be able to start selling some of this junk to you. Uncooked. Go on. And uncooked. Right. How many am I looking for? 29. Right. Okay, well that hat we are not wearing. Actually, that's quite a good deal. Balance it up. Now, let's go back to our keymonger. We may not need to enter the deadly bank of death after all. The earth shakes once more. Was that crack in the pavement before? When the cobblestones? Hard to tell. Now, my old friend, perhaps we can resume our former dealing? Yes. Are you looking for something in particular? You know, I'm here for the key again. Should that be... I'm here with the key again? If you're not selling the key to me, I'm afraid our conversation is over. So... Claim to be a devotee of the Kabbalah? I can pay for the information? No. So try. Didn't mean to offend, I really want to learn about the key. I can pay for the information. Not very tempting. The old man pauses for a while, then continues. But if you also give me your word to bring the key after you've done, this may be the start to look like a deal. I give you my word. 50 cigs and your word to bring me the key. Is it a deal? It is a deal. Absolutely. Now tell me what you know. I hope you'll also respect the other part of our deal. I'll be waiting for the key. Now, for my part... That key is for the safe deposit boxes in the Bank of Arkham. I wasn't aware of the existence of one labelled 0, though. Thank you. I'll check the place. So, now we have a reason to go to the bank. And how are we doing for experience? Oh, 88, so close. It's almost like the game wants me to level up just after going to the bank, you know? I mean, hey, that's a reasonable assumption, right? Uh-oh. This is no man of Arkham, or even of Earth! No, he looks like a ghoul, to be honest. There's nothing human under those rags! Your kind brought this upon us! Cursed creature! Demon! He's gonna chav stab him. The angry mob before you is about to lynch a wretched creature you can hardly describe as human. The creature's face and hands are wrapped in tattered rags. It seems this outsider has been chosen as the scapegoat for everything these people suffered in the wake of the Black Day. Okay, if we step in, we'll probably get accused of trying to help him out and they may all turn on us as he runs away. If we watch, we could get madness and all kinds of sanity damage. Leave him alone! A crowd turns to you with a mix of fear and hatred in your eyes. One of them shouts at you, "Are you in league with this demon? Don't you see what its kind has brought upon us?" I'm not going to threaten them. I'll appeal to their good nature first. Look what you've become! Do you think we've returned to the Dark Ages? The one leading the crowd shouts at you in anger. Shut your mouth! I think we're going to go with one of the skill check options. A few months have passed and already you've returned to the Salem witch trials? Or can you do the same to the mob? Aren't they your real oppressors? Oh, by the mob, he doesn't mean this angry mob, he means the mafia. Leave the poor creature alone, go to your homes now, you're the ones you should burn. Okay, you're picking on this guy, or hey look, there's real trouble, yeah. Can you do the same to the mob? Aren't they your real oppressors? Uncertain looks are exchanged among the crowd. You cannot fight the real evil, so you've invented your own evil. Is this your justice? Many among the crowd have dropped their heads now, and all have fallen deadly silent. Their mania points to one particular ailment which has plagued the spirit of mankind since the beginning of its journey. Shame. And we wait for them to leave. Oh god, if he becomes a party member, that would be freaky as hell. Now you, ghoul, you should probably want to go away. The creature approaches you cautiously. It looks thoroughly confused. Where's my bodyguard? After a short silence, it speaks a single word. Why? I just wanted to... Why did you intervene on my behalf? You hold mysteries that I cannot simply let go. No one should pay such a price for looking different. We may help each other in the future. You look resourceful. As an actor and a friend to those who are different, I'd say no one should pay such a price for simply looking different. You can feel the creature examining you from head to toe. The burning amber eyes move rapidly with the effort to comprehend. Are you not human? Is this a disguise? I know how most of us must seem to you. I understand you. I shouldn't claim to understand him. It's not. I am human. He might freak out for a second. I know how most of us must seem to you. I understand you. The creature is plainly still puzzled. For whatever reason, you aided me. Know that I am incapable of helping my own self. Leave me be, that I may continue my search for that accursed man. What man are you searching for? The man in black with no face. The man with the cane of bones. The ghostly tapping of his stick still rings in my ears. You mean the dismal man? The dismal man. How fitting. Do you know him? Well, I could say that. Then you're as doomed as I am, stranger. In my bones, I know that no good would ever come from finding him, yet there is no other choice but to find him. His countenance was the last thing I saw before finding myself in this purgatory. Where did you last see the dismal man? Somewhere far away. So far, so distant now. Damn the day I left my castle. Damn me for leaving my dreary chambers and the twilit groves and the companionship of my books. Damn me. Perhaps we could look for this man together. I believe this is a generic portrait that many of the ghouls have. If he's to become a party member, he'd have a more unique one. But I will try. You know, this music really reminds me of Cultist Simulator. Just saying. Perhaps we could look for this man together. The creature is silent for a moment. Then you hear the rugged voice from beneath the rags once more. It is no coincidence that you know the man with the cane of bones. Perhaps I should walk with you for a time. Might I ask your name? What name shall I call you by? I don't remember. I am unsure if I ever had one. But I know one thing. Wherever the fates toss me, I remain the outsider. Well, whoever you are, it is a pleasure. The creature gazes at you without a word. Let's make a move. And now we have a companion. Where's our guard? There's our guard. Okay. I can't click on him to select him. But I can view his character sheet. Antediluvian. That should be an I. Antediluvian. So that means someone who is the opposite of being underwater. That doesn't make sense. He's nihilistic. Of course he is. Cursed bloodline. Yeah, great. We might actually have to get rid of him because of his nihilism later on. But for now, he is very... Hey, is this shared or is this just mine? No, it may be just mine then. Okay. We are very close to leveling here. We're also very close to entering the bank. But that's not the bank, that's a warehouse. Where is the bank? It's this way. So I think what I'll do then is get to the bank and end the episode there. We have a ghoul following us. That's... Psst! I on offer for you. A pasty, malnourished man leaps up from within the shadows. His swollen, weary eyes are riveted on you. The scruffiness of his otherwise fine apparel corresponds to his restlessness antics. His restlessness antics. That should be his restless antics. His rolling, vigilant eyes quickly scan the premises, and when he finally feels secure, he addresses you in a timid but needy fashion. I'm sorry if I startled you, sir. I'm Cornelius Moretti. Okay. I have a proposal from which we can both benefit. Pardon my abruptness, but it will only take a minute of your time. Well then, by all means, tell me about it. Take your time. Be at ease. Plainly in distress, he is gazing askance at the brawlers standing near the bar. I had seen you go up to the old eel attic before. I'd seen you go up to the old eel attic before I got ejected by that ignoble swab. You might be just the man who can help me. Would you care to express your intentions a little more clearly? He grinds his teeth in chagrin before continuing. Oh, I'm not going to do that because it might actually hurt. It was just another miserable day at the joint when I, partly encouraged by the devil's juice, no doubt, finally spoke what had been on my mind for a long time. Suddenly his anger takes precedence over his nervousness. I called him out, that tyrannical devil's seed called Waxface. I denounced him as the false shepherd he really is. Nobody said a thing, of course. Cowards. Oh, so you might be a religious fellow. Irately. There was, is, and will ever be one shepherd for men. For saying that, they expelled me, humiliated me, and worst of all, they mocked me. Twitchingly lowers his voice. That's my death sentence. You understand? As in, they put a black mark by your name on a list and now the mob's out to kill you? Or something? Hearing you speak the word, a surge of misgiving darkens his visage. It's not the time nor the place, and besides, you're better off not knowing what it is. If I were you, I'd not withhold information from someone who might be able to help. Hey, that might be our level. or we might be 2 points short. He ponders on about your advice for a moment and eventually concedes a point. Well, first, they ban you from mob premises. Then the whole town starts to shun you, lest they get marked too. Getting the jitters, he peers about tremulously. Eventually they'll get to you and turn you over to the cult wherever you are. There's no hiding from it. Oh, Jesus, help me. Alright, now, what do you want from me? Well, sir, all I'm asking is that you retrieve my heirloom pocket watch from the old eel attic. It's a valuable piece from my late father. I stashed it there, having an inkling that I might need it in the dark days ahead, and they're going to let me in with this ghoul in tow? Well, they might, actually, I don't know. It's hidden under a floorboard next to the mattress. I need it more than ever, for I'm left with nothing else. Once I barter it off, we'll split the cigs halfway. Please, will you do this for me, sir? You seem to be a God-fearing man. Fear not, this fellow believer will help you. A shimmer of mirth appears in his eyes. Oh, heavenly brother, it seems I'm blessed with a helping hand of a fellow believer in this heathen town. And I renounce my share. You can keep it all for yourself. You'll need it more than I do. I'll take a look around when I get a chance to rest in the attic. Yeah. Oh, heavenly brother, may God bless you. I'd almost lost hope that such good people still exist in this town. I'm gratefully eternal. You'll probably also be dead by the time we get back to you. He casts one final, fretful glance at his surroundings. I'll be near the desecrated church in French Hill. I'll be safe there. It's abandoned. Now I must go before they come for me. Please hurry, sir. My life depends on it. And he scurries away. When she says that thing, I know she's talking about the statue and not the ghoul standing right next to her, but you'd think, you know. Okay, I'm going to try and see if they'll actually let me inside of the ghoul here. Freaky though it may be. Okay. Wait, is he just staying outside? That's interesting. I mean, it's sensible. It's very sensible. What is it, Cornuto? Yeah, I need to rest in the attic. I see that you've enjoyed your time in our special suite for the Royal Attic occupied at the moment. You know what? I'll try and sneak on up there anyway. You have to pay the owner first, so I can't get up there. I clearly need to do something else before I'm allowed to do that. So let's go back outside and find our ghoul. Or outsider. I mean, he's standing right there, right? Yeah. And head off to the bank. Blimey, this episode's been a bit long, hasn't it? Whew. But I'm making progress. I will say that. So it also seems it's only possible to have one character save. And that is unfortunate. Uh-oh. That is a strange way to run, my friend. You're skipping away. Fucking loony, says the bloke with the gun. Clearly a friend of Ray Winston's. His demented venture ended prematurely and pitifully. Okay. Well, maybe they'll still let us in. But I think this is a good time to end the episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!